I'd like to call to order the Hatfield Township Board of Commissioners regular meeting for July 27, 2022. Roll call.
President Zipfel.
Here.
Vice President Rogers.
Here.
Commissioner Andrus.
Here.
Commissioner Lees.
Here.
Commissioner Zimmerman.
Here.
So tonight is our favorite meeting of the year. Not just because of the volunteers that are here, but also because it's the Chapman Awards. And so I'm springing this on the Chapman Award winners, but don't worry, you don't have to do anything of great significance. I'm going to ask you that you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance tonight. All you have to do is stand with everyone else and just start, and we will all follow. So if everyone would stand for the Pledge of Allegiance tonight.
To the flag, the republic for which
I know we sprung that on you, but it is something that we do each year. Matter of fact, as we walked in the back, I usually whisper to someone, who are we going to have do the pledge tonight? And I said to our township manager, I said, Chapman Award? And he said, absolutely, Chapman Award winners. And I smiled because I knew that everyone's going to say, wait a minute, what do I have to do? So it's our way of saying welcome, and we're very excited that you're here. It really is our favorite meeting of the year. We do have a couple of things we have to do first. And just some housekeeping items. First is there a motion for approval of tonight's agenda?
so moved.
Motion by Commissioner Lees.
Second.
Second by Vice President Rogers. All in favor of moving forward with the agenda before you say aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, hearing no opposition, we can move forward with this agenda. Citizens' comments. Are there any citizens' comments on agenda items? All right, not seeing anyone run to the podium, we're going to move to our consent items. Is there a motion to move into the record the consent items that are listed in your agenda? So moved. Motion by Commissioner Andrus. Second by Commissioner Zimmerman. Those consent items include the Board of Commissioners regular meeting minutes of June 22, the North Penn Water Authority meeting minutes of May 24, the HTMA meeting minutes of June 14, the VMSC monthly report for the month of June, the police report for the month of June, the treasurer's report for the month of July, and the bills payable, paid bills in the amount of $24,024.81, and unpaid bills in the amount of $382,530.61. With that, I'll call the question. All in favor of moving those consent items into the record, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, that is approved. Okay, this is our special event. I'm going to ask that I'm going to hand over the baton for our Chapman scholarships and to the Hatfield Township Police Benevolent Association.
Jeff, you want to come along? Mira and Malind, could you come up and join us? I'd like to thank the board and Aaron for having us out. Obviously, this is our favorite night. Just some introductions. I serve as the president for the Officer Chapman Scholarship Foundation. Sergeant Boyd's our vice president. Where's Rich? Rich is our treasurer. And then Corporal McCoy, Detective Steinberg, and Detective Geiger are also on the panel. Officer Chapman was a Hatfield Township police officer for 15 years until his death in 2005. Myself, Sergeant Hoffner, and Sergeant Boyd were fortunate enough to be trained by Officer Chapman. He was an exemplary police officer and an even better man. He's remembered for kindness, his loyalty, and his remarkable sense of humor. He was a fair and sincere officer, and more importantly, loved serving the residents of Hatfield Township and Hatfield Borough. Bill was everything that we strive to be here at the Hatfield Township Police Department. So to honor Officer Chapman upon his passing, we formed this Scholarship Foundation. It's available to graduating high school seniors who are pursuing an undergraduate degree in a public service-oriented field. To date, this is our 17th year doing these scholarships. We've given out 71 scholarships totaling over $44,000, which we're pretty proud about. At this point, I'm going to turn it over. We have some younger officers in the department that are going to kind of be taking this over as we begin to retire. The great part about this is Corporal McCoy, Detective Steinberg, and Detective Geiger didn't know Bill like we knew him, but want to be a part of this process So I'm going to have them come over and talk about our candidates a little bit. We are missing 2 tonight. They are already headed off to college, but we're going to talk about them anyway.
Good evening. We're going to do Molly Hull first, who is actually down at West Virginia University right now, so she couldn't be here with us tonight, but that's going to be a picture of her up there accepting her check from us the other day. So Molly was a graduate of North Penn High School. While attending North Penn High School, she was a part of the field hockey team, costume and set design, American Sign Language Club, Fantastic Friends Club, and she was a link leader. Molly has volunteered with several community service organizations, including Manna on Main Street, the Peter Powerhouse Foundation, the Mitfa Foundation, and the Appalachian Service Project. In addition to her school and volunteer activities, Molly was awarded the Jenke Scholarship from the Trinity Lutheran Church. Molly will be attending West Virginia University to study criminology and forensic science with the intention of pursuing a career in local or federal law enforcement. Congratulations, Molly. And next up is Avery Nagami, who also couldn't be here tonight. Avery is a graduate of Sourton Area High School. While attending Sourton Area High School, Avery was a part of the Support Our Troops Club, National Honor Society, Athletic Leadership Club, and the soccer team, where she was named varsity team captain. Over the past 4 years, Avery has volunteered with the Peter Powerhouse Foundation by helping at blood drives, raising money at fundraisers, assembling Easter baskets, and delivering them to the houses of cancer patients. Avery dedicated her time and effort to all these activities while also focusing on her schoolwork, which led her to being named to the honor roll during all 4 years of high school. Avery will be attending Thomas Jefferson University to study medical imaging and social science. We wish her the best of luck and know she will succeed for years to come. Congratulations, Avery.
Our next recipient is Milind Palugora. I hope I got that right. Who was joined tonight by his dad, Ravi, in the gallery here, and mom, Gayatri. Milind is a graduate of North Penn High School. While attending North Penn High School and in the community, Milind was the captain of North Penn High School boys basketball team. He was the treasurer of the Key Club, a cabinet member of the Student Government Association, a student representative to the district school board, a member of the National Honor Society, and in his spare time, he found a few seconds to tutor other students. A few of Milind's community activities include being a youth lead volunteer at Bharataya Temple, is that close? A volunteer at Abington Jefferson Hospital, a student volunteer at Man on Main Street, and a participant in the food packaging for COVID relief for the Welcome Bread organization. During Milind's interview, he was very polite, well-spoken, and instantly the members of the board recognized him as a well-deserving recipient of the Chapman Scholarship. He embodies the characteristics that Officer Bill Chapman did throughout his life, and those of service and generosity. Milind will be attending University of Michigan in the fall and plans on studying chemistry and eventually attending medical school for orthopedics or neuroscience. Congratulations, Milind.
All right, so this here is Meera Patel. She's joined tonight by her mother, her father, and her brother sitting over there. She's a graduate of Sourton High School, and while attending Sourton High School and in the community, Meera was part of track and field, National Honor Society, acted as a Red Cross ambassador, and volunteered with BAPS Charities and acted as a youth group leader. She's a recipient of the Presidential Award, has won first place at the Science Fair 2 years running, and was a member for all 4 years on the honor roll. She's not only part of all of that and did many more activities, but she had time in her day to create a nonprofit for teens called MedPrep. She created this platform for aspiring medical professionals like herself, where they could be mentored by individuals already doing the job. Meera has created an online platform that already has members from 23 different countries and over 500 teens. When she spoke with us during her interview, I cannot explain how impressed everyone on the board was with this accomplishment and the dedication that she has put forth with helping others. Meera will be attending the University of Sciences in the fall on a neuroscience pre-med track and is on her way to becoming a doctor. Congratulations.
That's all we have for tonight. If we could take our pictures with our plaque and have
Absolutely.
the chief join us and yourself.
Rest.
Really, moms and dads, why this is our favorite night of the year, because not only does it honor one of our, police officers for sure, which is just a great attribute, but year after year, we are just supremely impressed by the caliber of people, students, young men and women who come before us and are the recipients of this award. And I say it each year, and I can continue to say it. When I was a 17, 18-year-old young man, I didn't do half of the things that the two of you, the four of you are able to do and have done. We are immensely impressed. This is the highest honor that we give to our residents, and it is our favorite thing to do. And so you really are the best of the best in Hatfield. And so while we want to honor you, we also want to honor mom and dad and younger brother and everyone else, because we know that all the commitment that they give to academics and athletics and giving back to the community, you're right there. They didn't always have a driver's license, so that means you get to drive them everywhere to do all these things, right? So that plus all the emotional and financial and just general support that you give to them, you've got two fantastic kids. We've got four fantastic recipients. We're very proud as a township of your son and your daughter, and we really appreciate your coming out tonight, and congratulations to all of you, not just to the recipients. So well done. So before the officers leave, though, we do have something that's on our agenda that I'm going to bump up to the agenda that we thought maybe you would find interesting, hopefully good. We are excited to extend our collective bargaining agreement with you for another 4 years for what we believe, actually what we know to be the best police department, not only around here, but in Pennsylvania. I know it because I go and I'm in central Pennsylvania, and people say to me, "Oh, I hear about you guys. You guys are great." And it's not just because of Chief. I tease him a lot. It is because of Chief, there's no doubt, but it is entirely because of him and each one of you, and we want to thank you. Every chance we get publicly, we'd like to do that. Tonight is a little different. We're actually kind of saying, all right, let's continue this great relationship with an extension of the collective bargaining agreement. And so we want to just recognize, not only the training that you do, the work, how great you do your jobs, but this is not an easy time to be a police officer. And so, and it's not easy to find great people to be a great police officer. And yet somehow we're lucky enough that we have continued to do so for not just years, but even the newest members. We know and we hear about what a great job you're doing. And from our residents, I'm certain that all of our commissioners here, our residents talk about you, very well each time that, the subject comes up, and you're very well thought of. And there's just simply no way to thank you, other than just publicly recognizing you. Tonight, though, I want to take a motion to extend that collective bargaining agreement. So as the chair, I'll make the motion for approval that we extend the collective bargaining agreement for 4 years as negotiated. And is there a second?
Second.
I think everyone made a second.
Yep.
And so I'm not sure how we would reflect that, but you know what? That's fine by me. I think every other commissioner made a second on that. I don't know if any other commissioners want to add before we take a vote. I stole their thunder, kind of. All right, look, we're very proud to do this each few years, and we're proud to do it tonight. With that, I'm going to call the motion. Is there all in favor of approving the Hatfield Township Police Collective Bargaining Agreement for 4 years as negotiated, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none is approved. Thank you for everything that you do. We're looking forward to another 4 great years. Now I know most people probably will step out. That's okay. Come back anytime. We like visitors. We like people who show up. All right, I took that out of order a little bit, so we're done with our special item. We're going to go right into our committee report. First is Planning and Zoning Committee, Vice President Rogers.
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Okay. Second is Public Works Committee, Commissioner Lees.
Thank you, Mr. President. For the road program, the contracted concrete company should be finishing up the ADA ramps within the next 2 weeks. The tentative plan to begin milling and paving will begin in mid-August. Public Works is completing the last few inlet repairs ahead of the road program. Public Works Department received a new mower that was ordered in March. We also purchased a utility body truck this month, and we have plans to move forward with the purchase of a bucket and boom that will go on this truck to make it our new bucket/maintenance truck. Public Works continues to move forward with firefighter training. They're continuing with the regular road maintenance, patching roads, repairing inlets in need of work. They've been painting VASCAR lines for better visibility for the police department. For those of you who don't know, the VASCAR lines are for speed enforcement. And along with contractors, the Public Works Department is continuously working to remove hazardous trees on township properties. That's all I have, sir.
Okay. All right, we're going to jump right into Parks and Recreation Committee. Commissioner Zimmerman.
Friday, we have a movie in the park, Shrek, and it'll start at 8:30, but 7:30 food sales begin. Bring a blanket, chairs, snacks, and enjoy an outdoor movie with family and friends. We'll also have another one on Friday, August the 12th, and that one is Sing 2. Our next concert is Monday, August 8th. The featured band is the Keystone Breakers. So this is a new band to our lineup, so don't miss their Hatfield debut. And this year, the Park and Recreation Department and the Park and Recreation Board are partnering with the Boy Scouts, Troops 229 Boys and Girls, to serve food. And they have a variety of food available for cash purchase. The one after that is August 22nd, the Panisse family. So again, come out and enjoy some music and some good food. Dash and Splash is coming up on Wednesday, August the 17th at the Aquatic Center. The day of registration, it begins at 5:30. The Kids Fun Run starts at 6:45, and the 5K race starts at 7. Runners will receive a finisher's medal, a tie-dye tank top, and can participate in a race pool party beginning at 7:30. Our programs and our classes, we have Get Fit, we have the Aqua Zumba. That's already begun this week, 7:25 to 8:29. On Mondays from 7 to 8 at the Aquatic Center. Dance to great music with great people and burn a ton of calories, all the while staying cool in the pool. Drill instructor program is continuing until August 27th. The Beach Muscle Hustle on Saturdays from 8 to 9:30 at the School Road Park Amphitheater, $100 a person, or alternate registration, $25 a month. Pickleball registration has been open. It started back in June and continues September, Mondays through Fridays, 8 to 12 at the outdoor courts at the Hatfield Community Park, $40 residents, $60 non-residents. That's it this time. Thank you.
Okay, good report. Next is Public Safety Committee. We have one item, and that is due to the recent resignation, the Hatfield Police will be moving forward to hire another police officer. We are going to take a motion from the board to have a civil service kick off their process. And when the process is over in a few months, the board will be offering employment to an applicant who is recommended by Civil Service and Chief Tierney. So with that, is there a motion for approval to commence the Civil Service Commission's process for the new hire eligibility list?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Lees.
Second.
Second by Vice President Rogers. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor of that motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, that is approved. Okay, last, Finance Committee, Commissioner Andrews.
Yes, just a brief update. So it's hard to believe it's 7 months into the year. More than half the year is gone. Look at the financials of the first half of the year. Real estate tax collection is right at its projected rate. Percentage, real estate taxes, the 2% on real estate transactions almost at the year-end budget amount. State's 1%, the state gets 1%, and the township and school district split. Total expense at this point in 2022 is less than 1% higher than 2021. I've been at Aquatic Center a couple days this year, and it's really perking up and looking nice. A lot of activity. Back to normal fun in the sun, like it was before COVID came. Season pass numbers have met what was projected, and we have more township residents as pass holders and non-residents, which is sort of one reminder: all revenue generated by the Aquatic Center gets reinvested into the facility. Money is expensed or transferred from any other department within the township. Some years the facility operates at a profit, and some years at a loss, and some years it breaks even. The ultimate goal is for it to break even after the cost for repairs and upgrades are included. Been able to do several times this past decade where we've been reinvested into the pool. Most important thing is that the commissioner is in a pool advisory board, and most important thing is the customer experience. That will always focus on any decision we make. Special thanks to John Taylor and his staff for handling the heat wave and large crowds over the past several weeks. I think the employees are doing a great job under the circumstances. So.
All right. That completes our committee reports. We're going to jump into our 3 action items. First is with regard to the adoption of the 2018 International Residential Building Code and 2018 International Fire Code. Is there a motion to approve ordinance number 700?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Lees. Second by Commissioner Andrus. Aaron, I think you have this one as a housekeeping item, if you could walk us through it.
Sure. Thanks, Mr. President. By the way, 700th ordinance in the township.
Yeah, not this year.
Monumental. Not, thankfully not this year. That would have been a busy year.
Just for those of you who are keeping track.
This is a housekeeping item, as Mr. President said. Mr. President, sorry. We discussed this last month at the June meeting. The state updated its building codes, and once that happens, all of the municipalities need to follow suit so that our local ordinances match what the state recently adopted, even though it's 2018, 5 years to get a code adopted. So now that the state adopted the 18, Township will as well. We'll update the ordinance to make sure we are current with the state. So it's been advertised, and it's ready for the board to consider it. Wait.
All right, any questions or comments? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor of ordinance number 700, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, that is approved. We already took care of action item, or letter B. And last is the rescue tool purchase reimbursement to Hatfield Fire in the amount of $43,818. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Andrus.
Second.
Second by Vice President Rogers. Aaron, I think you have this one, but actually I think the guys have this one.
This is going to be the show and tell portion of the meeting. Dean, are you going to come up? I'm going to give you a handheld if you want, or do you want to go to the podium? How do you want to do it? All right.
And half the equipment?
Well, I'll tell you what, before we get into that, I just want to let you know that we are very close to turning on the emergency signals at the station finally. We're still waiting for PennDOT approval, and McMahon to get together and walk, do all their stuff yet. So we are very close. It's been a long 2 years, I think, a little longer than 2 years, Aaron? Yeah. So again, we appreciate the help getting that signals accomplished. So, but I'm going to turn this over to Brandon. This is his gig here. So.
Brandon, do you want the handout? I don't know if are you guys picking these up, or we need you on the mic though, just so people can hear it on.
All right, so we got pretty much, I don't know, replaced our, 2003 rescue tools. So the big difference with these ones is they're pretty much all battery powered, so they're all internal, all the hydraulics and the motors, it's all internal, but it's all ran off of batteries. Batteries are actually right here in the back, they're like a little shell.
The old ones were not battery?
The old ones were hydraulic hoses, so we had to have an onboard pump on the truck, and then we could also run a mobile pump. Now they're just, we can take them anywhere, don't have to worry about pumps or lines or anything like that, everything's internal.
Brandon, could you go big picture for some of the residents that might be watching? What do you guys use these for?
So pretty much these are going to be mainly used for vehicle rescues. They can, each tool kind of has its own job. These ones will spread, so if you got to spread a door off, spread something open, he'll show you how wide it'll spread. I don't know the exact dimension, but it has a pretty wide spread on it.
Yeah.
This one here is a combi tool, so it can spread, and then it has almost scissors in between, so it'll cut a little bit. It cuts when stuff is flat, so you have to, if you try to flatten stuff with it, it'll cut a lot better. So its primary job isn't to cut, but it can kind of do both. Our O cutters there, they'll pretty much cut. He'll show you how wide they'll open. Got to cut a post of a car or anything like that, they can get wrapped around, and
That doesn't just clamp it, that cuts it.
It cuts it.
Yep.
That's right through it.
Let me move my leg first, if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah.
Are those tools lighter or heavier than
So
old
these,
style?
in comparison to our older ones, they're fairly close. They're a little bit heavier. But that being said, the older ones didn't have the pump on board with them. They were getting pumped from an outside source. These ones have the pump built in, and they're still right around the same. So it's pretty remarkable. It has the battery and the pump and everything installed in itself, and it's still. I mean, they're heavy, no doubt about it. But in comparison to our old ones, they're right around the same.
Probably design.
One of the biggest things too was getting up to date with the modern day car technology. Cars are obviously getting that factor up to date in. Yeah, so, we'll show you one more tool, but then next Tuesday and the following Tuesday, anyone's more than welcome. We're having our in-service training, cutting a couple cars out. So if anybody wants to get their hands on them and actually see what they do, you're more than welcome.
So you're saying that we could play with these, use these?
Absolutely. This here is a ram. Pretty much this is designed to push things, whether you're pushing a dash off of somebody's legs, or if you're doing
Wow.
If you're pushing across the car, you can spread open the doors. It's pretty much just designed to push.
What kind of weight does that move? Does it say?
Yeah, I'm not a
Big
our
number,
salesman's
I'd imagine. Big number. Yep.
The salesman was very good on numbers. I'm
Yep.
not that much of a numbers guy. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for the tools.
What's that last one there? The one that looks like it's... This is just another. Oh, okay. All right. I just realized what it is now. Turned it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a mount. We actually went ahead and bought mounts for the truck for each one of these tools. It just they'll stand vertical. Once they're fastened, they have a tilt and deploy out. But at this point, for us, it's just a matter of getting our in-service training done, getting them mounted on the truck, and then we'll be good.
Do you charge these batteries continuously?
Yeah, so these tools are actually equipped with an onboard tool charging. So on the back of them here, these pop out, and then in the back of our trucks, there's just a 110 outlet, and then they just, while they're sitting there, they can have
Back of the trucks, so
in the compartment that they're stored in.
It also allows us, if there's a
Oh, okay.
that obviously your rescue vehicle has a generator on it to power those then. Either stored on the truck, you run power to the truck then? But charge the batteries?
in the station.
But while we hope you never have to use this for our residents, at the same time, we are absolutely thrilled that you have tools that, and I know you guys have probably trained over and over on it, and we're thrilled to know that you guys know exactly what to do with them. So that's great.
Be over at the substation.
Tom's car is a test. Oh, yeah, there you go.
I'll ram that thing right through the side of your building, just like that. It's all right. It's all right.
I think the last time Aaron and I went out to an event, Terry O'Donnell made sure that we, we took some time between the next time we showed up. He had some fun with us. That was a good night. It was a funny moment.
You almost didn't make it that night, but no, I'm glad you did.
Well, maybe not everybody was, but just as you started, Dean said, thank you to us, and the truth is, while we appreciate that, we have the easiest jobs in the world compared to you guys. Again, another statement that we've said many times before, but we'll say it again. These are the guys that wake up. These are the people who wake up in the middle of the night when the bell rings and come out and save people and the fire out. And you're volunteers, and you're salt of the earth, and you can't find better people than that. So the tools are great. We're thrilled to play our small role in this, but the truth is the heroes are sitting in that front row. So thank you guys. We really appreciate it.
Except the guy on the end.
Did we take the motion? Did we vote already? I don't think I called the motion, did I? All right, so I know we've got a motion pending. So all in favor of the motion for approval of the rescue tool purchase in the amount of $43,000 and the reimbursement associated with it in the amount of $43,818, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, that is approved. And thank you again. Really appreciate it. And thanks for coming out tonight to show us. That means something to us as well. All right, staff report.
No report tonight, Mr. President. I think we've had enough.
Okay. Citizens' comments. Any citizens' comments on agenda items or otherwise?
I got one.
Yes, sir.
That's based on Sightline. PennDOT didn't. No. Whatever you want to do. Area.
Hey, Chief. Take it right there at 2 o'clock in the morning.
We're waiting.
That's
We're
right.
ready just for
We
him.
need We need someone sitting there.
We have you on camera admitting that thing.
27 guys were assigned that intersection tonight. Look,
PennDOT required it, so we had this debate many times with our traffic engineer. I share your sentiments on this one, Dane, but unfortunately, it went over our heads. They'll turn that flasher off if you heckle them.
If we know that, if the flasher just stops, then we know. All right, any other citizens' comments? All right, hearing none, then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Lees, second by Commissioner Andrus. Any questions or comments? All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, we're adjourned. Thanks for coming out, folks.